Welcome back, everybody. This is part three of three, the final part of this lower deeps build. We will go in now to our giant forge. So we kind of went back and looked at a couple of different forges that are in the game to see if we couldn't at least copy some of that. And I hate to say copy, but at least emulate that, right? Obviously, if you've done any type of base building in this game, you have some pretty cool options at your disposal, but nowhere near being able to build anything that is in the actual game. Um, so it's just interesting, but I think we came pretty close, right? I did like the back side here that we had a wide entrance going into the actual the darkest deeps. So we didn't have anything really massively spawning back there, which is nice. But we did put a nice kind of like fortress front to this. Obviously, if it was a dwarven city, we would want to be able to protect ourselves from whatever else is lurking in the lower deeps, right? So kind of coming back in, we kind of completed the side without our little gearboxes and pipes and all that, with just a couple forges or smaller forges on both sides. I thought that would kind of look cool, just from a pure aesthetics standpoint. And of course, we had a nice statue. We only had two statues down here, but we only had this one over here. So we were able to kind of build around him pretty easily. I was surprised. I thought he was going to be a much bigger headache. So I decided, I want to put an armory in here. Why not put it right next to the forge? And of course, our biggest entrance in the area as well. Although so far nothing has come from over there, not a darn thing. So most of them come out of this little tunnel right here, but most of the orcs. So that's kind of funny, but we do have an entrance here. We have been getting attacked and going back and fixing stuff. But outside of that, it's been relatively uneventful. The biggest problem was just kind of, starting the area, leveling out the floor, covering up the water, and then, trying not to cut down as much of the bushes as possible. Um, so kind of just moving on, we'll wrap back around to the front here. This area I saved for last, and it just kind of felt like it just needed a stone building here, right? This would probably been one of the first places you would have tried to build, just because you had the natural water source here, you had the waterfall. So I added in the pier, and then kind of came back through and built this building in with just the stone. It wasn't a lack of resource thing, it just kind of felt right. And then rather than trying to go off, and we're just going to get off script here, but go off into this cavern where there's our second statue, where we could continue building a little bit more. It just kind of seemed like, you know, why? It would just be really tight and very cumbersome. And this build was extremely frustrating and challenging, just kind of trying to deal with the false faces here. But we did put a nice little library right in the middle here, um, with our scrolls and all kinds of fun stuff. So that wraps up the base. It makes the full square coming in the back side of the entrance here. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this one. This was a fun build. It was one of those ideas that just kind of seemed to, I was like, oh yeah, that'd be really
Quiet.
awesome. And
I
then
see
as
prey
we
ahead.
get into it, it's just, what did I get myself into? Um, but now looking at the finished product, I don't think I would change much. So you guys let me know how you like it, and leave some comments and like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.